And preparation, you may desire to have a strap nearby to use in some of the binding poses where you... All right, now. So this practice subject is self-acceptance. And we know that reality can be a bitter pill to swallow sometimes, but denial will only lead to suffering. Acceptance of reality allows us to move forward with dignity, courage, and optimism, becoming a beacon of hope, light, and love. Only then can we truly celebrate all that is good and true and meaningful, with always deep gratitude. Everyone is unique in their capabilities and limitations, so comparing oneself to another breeds either contempt or envy. We're only satisfied in our body and mind when we've accepted who we are and what we can and cannot do. Our intention is to have total acceptance of whatever your body is capable of. Just give it your best effort. Now it's time to invoke spirit and create a sacred time and place for this acceptance. So sitting tall, breathing complete breaths, inhaling this self-acceptance, satisfaction, and well-being. You don't need any achievement goals. Just have a serene attitude towards your practice so that you can enjoy the peace it brings you. Santosha is that Sanskrit word for contentment and total acceptance. So let's practice with that idea. And Mushti Mudra, Mushti helps us transform anger, aggression, and resentment. So we'd fold the thumb in towards the palm and wrap the other four fingers around, creating this soft fist. And this helps to release pent-up emotions, irritation, frustration, and just breaking down those walls of resentment that accumulate. More serenity, more contentment, and that radical acceptance that everything is the way that it is for a reason. Now, to begin our embodiment of this acceptance, let's now fold forward over the hips, walk the fingers in front, and bow the head, releasing the neck with maybe some movements side to side, or like figure 8. Now lift the back up and stretch the arms behind like a kickstand to lift up the heart and tilt the head back, opening the throat. even allowing some rocking of the head side to side. See how everything feels in the back and the chest. Now switch the legs, bring the opposite foot in front, and walk the hands forward again. And it may be quite different from one side to the other. Breathe in, exhale, release forward, and just accept wherever your body is going today. The bigger your breath, the more time your body has to sense and respond to this. And some side to side, or figure eight, whatever feels organic. Now, please lay back onto your spine. Lift up the knees. And practicing Mula Bandha, as you exhale, begin to tighten in the pelvic floor. And on the inhale, relax that tension. Breathing full breaths in from the belly all the way up to the chest. And slow breaths out as you begin to reapply that muscular energy in the pelvic floor, lifting it up, tightening as you exhale, and relaxing again as you inhale. Mula Bandha is very important for standing balance poses where you need to have a very strong connection to the earth through your core. And one more deep breath, exhaling strong Mula Bandha. Good. Now for some stretching, flow up with the hips as you inhale to bridge pose, and then lower again as you exhale. So moving with the breath up on the inhale and down on the exhale. Your shoulders might slide back and you might need to walk the heels up closer periodically. Last cycle up, the inhale, and down, relaxing and resting. Take a moment to breathe and stretch the left leg flat on the mat and hug the right knee into the chest. Move that knee in circles or side to side, however your body needs to stretch. And then half of a happy baby by lifting the sole of the foot to face the sky and holding the back of the thigh to bring the knee in towards the shoulder. A deeper variation would be to hold the ankle or even the foot and pulling down with that right shoulder or both shoulders if you're holding with both hands. I'm going to keep bringing that right knee deeper in towards the armpit. These are deep muscles, that's strong, so give them plenty of extra breath. That's good. And release this side down, right leg flat, and hug the left knee into the chest. Same thing on this side, rocking, circling, whatever natural, restful movement feels right in your body. And lift the sole of the foot to face the sky. And pull down against the leg or the foot to bring the left knee in towards that left side of the chest. And keeping the right leg down. And keeping the head and shoulders on the mat. Allowing the breath to fully inflate the lungs on the inhale and gradually empty the lungs completely with the exhale. Now, let the left foot rest on the mat. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Threading the needle with the right arm, thread between the legs and clasp hands around the left thigh. Once you find the bind, lower your head and shoulders and begin to gently bring the left knee in toward your chest. Pulsing with the breath to lengthen the arms on the inhale and contract through the navel as you exhale. Breathe as though your whole body breathes. Complete breaths in, expanding, filling to your capacity, and long breaths out that really flush out all the old air. Again, more deep muscle groups to stretch, so a lot of patience here. Deep, penetrating breath. And when you're ready, switch legs, putting the right foot on the mat, cross the left ankle over the right knee. Thread the needle with the left arm going through the legs and clasping around the right thigh with both hands. Rest the head and shoulders on the mat. And take your time to complete each breath. Stretching a little deeper as you exhale, but not inhibiting the breath at all on the inhale. Just accepting wherever your body stretching capabilities are today. And one hip may be more open than the other. But just be grateful for whatever your body can offer you. And finishing one final breath on this side. Okay. We'll set the feet down and widen the feet to the width of the mat. Open the arms or make cactus arms and twist the knees over to the right side, tilting them to the right so the left knee comes beside the right foot. Breathe into that left hip and thigh and let them lengthen as you inhale. And stretch with muscular energy as you exhale. After a few breaths on this side, we'll flip the knees up and over to the second side, tilting the knees to the left so the right knee is near the left foot. Lengthen on the inhale through the upper arm and spine and away through the right knee. Next inhale, lift the knees, tilt them back to the first side, shifting the hips to the left, tilt the knees to the right. And to add a little extra stretch in that left hip, we'll bring the right heel up and pin down the left knee with that right foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine, the knee away. And on the exhale, add a little pressure on the knee as you also protect the back with muscular energy, drawing in through the navel. Don't forget to inhale and completely exhale. Now please switch the knees up and over to the left side. Swing the hips to the right. And when the knee crosses over, you can bring the left foot and heel up on top of the right knee and pin that down to add a little deeper stretch in the right side of the body. Inhale, extend through that upper arm and away through the right knee. And on the exhale, twisting, stretching with muscular energy to protect in the back and hips. Now, releasing the knees, come up and roll over onto the stomach, where you can lay face down, bringing your hands on either side of the chest for cobra pose. And point the toes straight back and hug the legs to the midline and tuck the elbows in by the sides of the ribs. Press down through the hips, push into the fingertips and curl chest, shoulders up, tucking the chin slightly so you get length in the back of the neck, pulling the shoulder blades down to open the heart. Now roll it down, relax, you felt that, and we'll roll up and down with the breath. So rolling up on the inhale, come back to Cobra, Bhujangasana, and rolling down on the exhale, flow with the breath. Wonderful back strengthening work. We'll do one more set. And now lift up the hips, curl the toes under, and lift the knees for downward dog. And maybe try walking the knees some, moving the hips and the shoulders free to flow and move however your body chooses. Now you've stretched, lower back to the mat. And bend both knees for bow pose, Dhanurasana. We'll reach back, holding the ankles with either hand, and lift the shoulders, and try and lift the knees. There's a little bit of rocking movement that's initiated by the breath. But you don't have to accentuate it. And keep the chin slightly tucked. And take one more breath. And gradually release to crocodile pose, Makarasana. And we fold the arms in front of the chest. And the elbows press down so that the shoulder blade and back of the neck don't pinch together. And lower the forehead to the back of the wrists. Feel where your breath is in your body. Breathing to the back of the ribs, the floating ribs. Now as you exhale, begin tightening Ashwini Mudra at the anal sphincter and buttocks muscles. So tightening the buttocks, clenching as you exhale, and relaxing on the inhale. This is Ashwini Mudra, the horse mudra. Okay, one final breath. And then we'll push up to table pose. So lift up to hands and knees, spread the fingers, and keep pressing down through the pads of the fingers. You even start to see white around the edges of the fingernails. With the inhale, lift the sitting bones and lift your eyes into a sway back cow. And on your exhale, look down, lift up the navel, and tuck the tailbone to round the back like an angry cat. Continue that flow of movement, rippling through every vertebrae that you can feel from the tip of the tailbone sequentially to the crown of the head. Still gripping fiercely with the finger pads and hugging the arms magnetically towards the midline to keep the shoulder blades integrated into the back of the ribs. Now relax the hips back to the heels into child's pose. Wrap the hands around the sides of the waist. Then inhale, lift the hips and head up to camel pose. Arch back. And exhale, bow forward again, head down, hips to the heels. Rising on the inhale, arch back, Ustrasana. And exhaling, bow down again, Balasana, child pose. And one more more cycle of movement and breath. And release the hands down. Coming to hero pose. So we're sitting to the heels, or between the heels, or on a block between the heels, or a blanket. Lifting the shoulders up and back. Yeah, you can press into the soles of the feet with the hands to open the chest. Or you can recline, Supta Virasana, looking the hands towards the back of the mat. Or even lowering to your elbows or the back of the head. This is a very deep stretch in the hip flexors. And release when you're ready. Lift the head up, the hips up, and take it back to downward dog. Walking the knees out some if they're tight. And relaxing the knees and shoulders on the inhale. And then lengthening hands forward as you exhale, heels down. So there's a natural, organic flow of breath. Next, we're three-legged dog. Lift up the right leg. And bend the right knee, swing it forward for pigeon, Ekapada, Rajakapotasana. Move the left knee back as you begin to lower the hips down. Keep the hips level. There's a tendency to kind of fall over to one side. So tighten the inner thighs, the pelvic floor, and maintain that stable and balanced position. Either staying upright or walking hands forward to sleeping pigeon with the head down. Good. Walk the hands back if they're out, and step the right foot back to downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now, with the right foot on the mat, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. And bend the left knee, swing it forward, coming to pigeon, Ekapada, one leg, Kundanyasana. Not that. All right, so here, upright pigeon. Or sleeping pigeon. Good. I'm going to have nice open hips. Lift back up, step the left foot back to downward to facing dog. Let that knee stretch out. And look forward. Step the right foot up to high lunge. Okay. Now, with the exhale, begin to straighten the right knee, folding forward into pyramid. Inhale, bending the knee again to lunge. And exhale, straighten the leg. Stretch that thigh, the hamstring, the calf. Just rocking back and forth slowly, methodically. Now, coming back to this bent knee, lunge. Keep the left hand on the floor and lift the right arm to twist and open the chest. And lower the right hand, bring it to the inside of the right leg. Lower the left knee. You can widen the right foot to the side. And begin to lower the chest and bend the elbows for a little bit deeper hip opener. Inhale, the arms can straighten, and on the exhale, bend the elbows, stretch in the hips. You can also practice this with the back knee lifted. So you're doing sort of supported push-ups here. Now rest the back knee on the mat if it's lifted. And now tuck the right elbow underneath the right thigh, the right hand on the floor. Start to lift up the left knee. Widen the feet for good balance. And then you can try and lift the hands, opening the arms like an airplane. Or maybe this right arm is going to wrap or under the thigh and bind with the left. Just accepting wherever your body is today. Release the hands, step the right foot back, and we're back in downward facing dog. Next, inhale, step the left foot forward to high lunge. With the inhale, the left knee is bent. And on the exhale, straighten the knee and fold forward. Rocking evenly with the breath. Now, keeping that right hand down, the left knee bent, lift the left arm and twist to that left side. Good, great. And rest the right knee down, bring that left arm inside. Widen the left foot to the side edge. For a little deeper hip opener, bend the elbows, lowering the chest, simultaneously tightening and engaging the inner thighs. This can also be done with the back knee lifted, back leg straight. as though you were doing little push-ups. Little mini push-ups with the assistance of the front leg. Now rest, back knee down. Thread the left elbow underneath the left thigh. You can practice here with the back knee down, lifting the arms out to either side like an airplane. You can try wrapping, arms behind the back, or do that with the back knee lifted. The arms out like an airplane, or binding behind the back. And resting when you're done, back to downward facing dog. Step up to the hands, roll up to, oh well, no, we're not there yet. Sorry, take a water break. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Come to table pose. Refresh yourself with the breath, drink of water. And another hip opener, which is Hanumanasana. Step the right foot forward, walk the heel up to the front, lifting the toes, and you can stay on with hips over the left knee and fold forward as a partial split, or move the left knee back, more of a full split. Okay, there. So hopefully we're accepting wherever our body is offering today. Pressing down with muscular energy through that right heel. So there's a slight bend in the right knee, a little micro bend there. And then really working in this right quadricep to pull the thigh bone up into the hip socket. And there may be opportunity to explore some organic movement. Now, fun part is getting out of the pose. You can usually wrinkle up the mat when you pull your right heel back, or take it around behind. Back to table pose. Restore the breath, your focus on acceptance, and step the left foot forward. You can take different options, keeping the hips up over the right knee and folding forward. Some will do more of a half hero and a forward fold. Or you have that full Hanumanasana split with the left heel forward and the right knee back. So the hands will give some support so we don't hyperextend in the knee joint. And we keep a little micro bend in that left knee, tons of muscular energy in that left thigh. So the quadricep muscle pulling the thigh bone back into the hip socket where it belongs. and just accepting, exploring, breathing. Have fun learning. Okay, and finishing the split. Somehow get that left foot back and back to table pose. Okay, now from one difficult pose to the next, we go to Ekapada Kundinyasana. So now this is an arm balance, a more advanced pose. So it's not easy for anyone, and try your best with the right foot forward, tuck the right elbow underneath the right thigh. And we were here before, and we had the bind underneath the leg. This time we're going to balance on this upper right arm. So with the elbow bent pretty deeply, you'll get a nice level shelf for your right thigh to support it. Walk that right heel out away until you can straighten the right leg, maybe even lift that right foot off the mat. You need to turn a little, get room. And then leaning the chest forward, you're going to balance on the arms and lift the back leg. And I run out of room. So there was a partial arm balance. So when you've played with that enough, we'll switch to the other leg. Hopefully I can get enough space to do this one. Step the left foot forward, tuck the left elbow under the left thigh. Make a shelf with that upper arm by really lowering your left shoulder down. Bend the elbows deeply. Then you walk the left foot out and away. Wiggle it out there. Try and straighten the leg so the foot lifts. And then shifting your weight forward, your back leg can lift also. And gracefully return to table pose. Ha ha ha. And relax. Refresh the breath with water. Now, lift up to standing. Step to the front of the mat for Warrior One, Virabhadrasana. All right, step the right foot back, bend the left knee. Snuggle the feet deep into the mat, and then raise the arms over the shoulders. Deep breaths. Expanding with the inhale, spreading the palms, stretching the fingers, and integrating muscular energy in the shoulders, the back, and the hips as you exhale. Gently pulsing these opposites. And now to Warrior Three, reach the arms forward, balance on the left leg, toe touch with the back foot. Lift up the shoulders so that the back is straight, and now start to lift the back leg. And relax back to Warrior One And rest. Switch sides. The right foot forward and the left foot back. Bending the right knee. Snuggle the feet deep into the mat. Power in the back leg so the back knee stays straight. The back heel press down, and from that rooting action, lift up. So there's elongation and expansion in the lower back. Expand with the inhalation and contract and the exhale. Connect to source as you exhale. Fill with the breath as you inhale. Good, then move on to Warrior 3. Virabhadrasana, lifting the back leg, lifting the shoulders, straighten the spine, and then begin to level the back, horizontal, level the hips, the shoulders, straighten the back knee. Okay. And then step back to Warrior 1. Fabulous. Rest the arms and step up to the front. Okay, we've got wide leg, prasarita. Start with feet wide, arms behind with hands clasped, yoga mudra. Inhale, look up, lift the chest, and squeeze the shoulder blades into the back. Exhale, tighten the buttocks, strengthen the legs to arch back. And release up to a straight spine. Take a resting breath. And now start to fold forward. And you can release the hands to slide down your legs if you'd like, or where'd my strap go? You can have your strap to bind your hands together. You can hold the strap behind and then tilt forward. Good. Softening the knees, rolling the shoulders back from the ears as you inhale. Lengthen the back of the neck. And on the exhale, straighten the legs. Take the arms over the head. And keep hugging the legs to the midline. So the inner edges of the feet are pressing just as much as the outer edges. And release the arms. And bend the knees. Just first glide a little bit from side to side. And then Skandasana, bend the right knee and squat down towards the right heel. Feel the stretch along that inner left thigh. You can keep both hands down or lift the left arm and twist open the chest. There's even a variation where you bind the left arm behind the back and the right arm in front of the right knee. And I might need a strap to make my hands meet for that one. Okay. Now, this is the second side. This is Skandasana. Straighten the right leg. Squat near the left heel. And then try to lift the right arm up. Or more adventuresome, you can try to bind the right arm behind the back, the left elbow in front of the left knee. I did bind this side. So one shoulder is tighter than the other. Release those poses and come back to stand warrior two. So turn the right toes out, bend the right knee, and open the arms shoulder height. Expand with the inhale, stretch the fingertips. Exhale, tighten in the core, lower the hips. Great, everybody. Good. Keep the breath. Now, bring that right hand down inside the right leg, the left arm up vertically over the left shoulder, or even angled forward over the ear. Okay, now added challenge is to bind the left arm behind the back and the right arm underneath the thigh. And to reach that bind, it may be useful to use a strap. Nice loop with a strap. Hold that with the upper hand, and then the bottom hand will reach underneath to find the other end of the strap. And this way, you can start to lift up the left shoulder, tuck the right hip under. So you have that. You can also begin to straighten the right knee, come into more of a bound triangle. Now we'll switch sides carefully. Lift and turn the feet. Turn the left toes out. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Floating up through the armpits on the inhale, shoulders are back, and deepening the hips on the exhale. Now take the left arm down. You can start with the elbow on the knee and the right arm over the head, or go deeper into this side angle, Parshvakonasana. The left hand down. Or you want to try the bind. Take the right arm behind the back, the left arm under the left thigh, and clasping the strap or your hands, then lift the right shoulder up. Tuck the left hip under. Look up. So you keep drawing those shoulder blades down the back to open the chest. Then even try and straighten the left knee if you can. Good, and release. With the hands down, we'll come back to standing. Now, if you liked those binding versions of side angle and bound triangle, you can experiment with this Svarga Dvijanasana, this bird of paradise pose. So this is another time where a strap may be very handy to help you with the bind. So I'm going to hold the strap in my left hand, bring it behind the back, and bend the knees. The right arm going in front of the left thigh, bind with the strap. Sorry, getting this wrong. Take the, must be, okay, then the right arm is coming underneath the right thigh. So whichever arm is in front of the thigh, that's the side that will be lifting up to balance. And so I'll make the bind with the right arm underneath the right thigh in front. And then try and straighten the legs. If you can do that, you're going to walk the feet closer together so the left foot is underneath you, toe touch with the right foot. All the weight's balanced in the left leg. And then gradually, slowly stand up. Keeping that right knee bent, the right knee out to the side. Now tuck the tailbone, lift the chest, and then last, extend the right leg. Sometimes it's successful, sometimes not. So we just accept that's where we are today. And move on to the second side, because usually second sides are easier. This time, hold the strap in the right hand, bend the knees, take the left arm in front of the left thigh, and try and hold, well, hold the other end of the strap. Now try and straighten the knees. And sort of tuck that left shoulder in and under. Roll the right shoulder back. Get that sense of straightening the legs. Then shift the weight over to the right side. Walk the left foot in, toe touch with the left foot. When you're ready, begin to press down through the right leg. Lift up the left foot. Come up to fully straight back. So shoulders back. Now, lastly, extend the left leg straight. And when you're finished, relax, take a seat. Good effort. Refresh yourself with a breath and a drink of water. And then open the legs to a wide angle. Upavishta. And inhale, lift up the chest, shoulders back. Lengthen through the back of the neck, slightly tucking the chin. And with the exhale, begin to lean forward while simultaneously strengthening in the thighs, lifting the kneecaps, tightening these quadricep muscles without inhibiting the breath in any way, flowing organically, naturally. and easefully, deeper with each breath. Inhale up to a straight back. And bring the soles of the feet together. Pull back on the ankles, draw the lower back forward. Shoulders relax down. And now lean forward on the exhale. Baddha Konasana. Adding a little pressure on the thighs with the elbows as we exhale, but then relaxing that tension on the inhale. So there's still easefulness as well as that steadiness. Now we're going to do our finishing set on the back. So recline onto your spine. Hug the knees into the chest. And rock the knees, circle, or any other movement that's normal, natural, and easeful. And extend the legs straight to the sky. Hold the back of the thighs. And open the legs to another wide angle. You can keep holding the thighs, or you can try it. Hold on to the big toes. Either keep the hips and back on the floor, or rock the hips up and pull the legs over the head into a wide leg plow. And bend the knees towards the armpits, round the back, and roll slowly down into Happy Baby, Ananda Balasana. Slowly turn your head from one side to the other, like a wise old owl. And finally, stretch out the legs, opening them wide, and lift the arms up over the head, widen the arms, spread the fingers, spread the toes, move every muscle one more time through the hands and feet, and the wrists and the ankles, and the arms and legs, and the shoulders and the hips, and the neck and the back, and the mouth and the face and the tongue stretch out. So every muscle enjoying that last deep stretch before relaxing the arms now by your side, turning the palms face up and the feet about hip distance apart so you can align your spine, hips, shoulders, legs, and arms symmetrically and comfortably. And once you've achieved that optimal alignment, just rest and let go of the need to move any further. Relax. Breathe. And breathe as though your whole body breathes. Saturating every nook and cranny with the inhale. Emptying out all the old air with the exhale. And systematically relax in your body, starting with the eyes softening, sinking into the eye sockets, the mouth, the jaw slack and loose, and then the shoulders and neck, releasing tension, and the arms slack and loose. And then the hands, letting go, relaxing. And then the back, trustfully surrendering to the floor as it holds you safe, secure. Relaxing the chest, letting go of any anger, frustration. Relaxing the stomach, letting go of any fear, insecurity. Relaxing the hips, and the legs. Moving down with your awareness through all the large and small muscles, and letting the legs just lie very loose and limp. And relaxing the feet and ankles. Every toe unclenched, soles of the feet soft. Totally comfortable, totally relaxed, at rest and at peace. That you can be content and satisfied in your own body at this moment, knowing that you've done your best, you've done something wonderful, good for yourself, and you can feel just great satisfaction, pleasure, and happiness. You deserve this feeling of goodness, serenity, and peace. Knowing that you're perfect just the way you are. Sahana vavatu, sahano bhunaktu, sahaviryam karvavai, tejasvinanaditamastu. Ma vidvishavai. Om Shanti. 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 Lord, may we be protected together. May we be nourished together. May we give strength to one another. And may our study be filled with light. And may there be no jealousy among us. Let there be peace. 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 Now start to deepen your breath and begin to move once more the muscles in your body to stretch and awaken, to roll over then to your side and take time to assimilate and digest this experience of self-acceptance. Then when you're ready, rise back up and sit in a comfortable seat. Sukhasana. Sukha, that sweet place. A good space to be. So having our bodies and our heads in this good space, we will conclude. I bow to the divine in you. Namaste.